American Idol has touched many of our lives because it roots for the unknown talent. But it seems when you make the finals of American Idol, you are no longer unknown. Joining me today is Diana DeGarmo, runner-up from season 3. She was one of the youngest finalists on AI. And Anthony Fedorov, a finalist in season 4, which was eventually won by Carrie Underwood, who is our Oklahoma native. Now, both are leading roles in Lyric Theater's current production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat at the Civic Center July 21st through the 25th, which obviously that shows that it's already going on. How are the performances?
Great. Opening night was awesome. The audiences have been huge and boisterous and fun, and it's been, the Civic Center is so awesome to perform at, so it's been really good.
Great.
It's been overwhelming how incredible the energy is from the crowd, and they really appreciate what you do for them. So we've been having a lot of fun so far.
Good. Now, Anthony, obviously you played Joseph in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's a tough title. Anyway,
it's a mouthful.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
We were like, I wish we had an acronym of some sort.
I bet. But I've noticed since it's set in biblical times, you have to go without a shirt. What were your feelings on that?
Well, at first, I actually, because I've never seen the show before, so I didn't know about it. But when I found out the first time, I was like, okay, that's nice, and I had to work really hard to make sure that I feel comfortable, you know, basically naked in front of 2,000 people, and still trying to get used to the idea. But when I get up on the stage, I embrace myself in the role so much, I kind of just forget about it.
Great.
And the girls don't mind at all.
I bet. And Diana, obviously you're playing narrator in Joseph, which is a great musical, but I've noticed that you have been in this before, is that right?
I have been. As a kid, I did the show, and that's kind of how Mr. Nick Corley, the man that's the musical artistic director at Lyric, he found me was through a man that I met, my voice teacher I'd met, golly, 12 years ago when I was about 10 and was in the choir, and then I did it again at 12, and he just, in passing one time in New York City, and talked about the show, and Nick said he just filed it into his memory, and when the show came up, and he had met Anthony and thought Anthony would be a perfect Joseph, and I came in to be the narrator. Nice,
good for you. And Broadway is on the horizon for you, is that right?
Yes. I've done it in the past, and it's come back again. And after I'm done here, I'm going to join the off-Broadway show, The Toxic Avenger, which is a complete 180 from Joseph. But it's been so much fun, and my mom always says, do it while you can and run with it. Definitely.
Okay, so how is preparing for a musical different than when you guys were preparing for American Idol?
Well, I think for me, the work ethic is the same. And being on Idol, it allowed me to develop a work ethic to carry on, to my future projects. So whenever I do anything, whether it's a musical or a tour or any type of performance, I have a certain work ethic that I go about, and it works for me.
And you're originally from?
Originally, I'm from the Ukraine, but I grew up here.
Yeah, he's an American now.
Yeah, that's right. I got my passport.
Of course, American Idol. Okay, and you're originally from?
Snellville, Georgia. Oh yeah.
So that's where the golly came from.
It is. I get made fun of it, but
no,
hey,
it's cute.
Okay.
It's cute. Okay, so your greatest memory of AI? There's got to be something that sticks out.
The finale is pretty high up there on the memories list.
And you were runner-up, so
it was a lot. It really was.
I bet.
It's just a cool experience to just go but to be a part of it. It was really neat.
I can't imagine that. It looks so nerve-wracking.
I think the tour for me was the best memory, because specifically my my first show, because I've never had a chance to perform in front of such a large audience. And I remember crying like a baby afterwards, because I'm like, if I die tomorrow, I can be a happy man, because it felt, so good. And every artist dreams of eventually getting on that stage in front of a sold-out audience. And my second memory was in Los Angeles when we performed at the Staples Center, and I sang in Spanish for the first time, because they finally allowed me to sing in Spanish, because I also sing in Spanish and Italian. So and I had like 20,000 people singing the song with me, because they all knew
how cool
what I was singing. So.
How cool. So I guess you both you mentioned a voice teacher. You've just grown up taking voice lessons.
Yeah, actually I took some voice lessons after the show, and it is the best investment I've ever made in my life.
So you were just a natural talent then. You did not take voice voice lessons before?
No,
Wow.
I didn't, but...
Look at you, that's fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, but, you know, after taking voice lessons, I've realized how much I needed to learn afterwards and how much I needed to grow. So, you know, it's almost, you know, 4 years later, I'm using these lessons every day. And it's been helping me a lot.
There you go, and I bet your voice teacher is so proud.
I've had a few, and they always they help with different things. Like Mr. Bill, who is the man I met doing Joseph. He's my theater guy. I mean, if I ever do something for theater, he's my go-to guy.
Nice. Well, good for you. Good for you. So, what is next for both of you? Obviously, you said Broadway.
Well, I am currently in the process of getting a record deal. I'm shopping for a deal right now. Nice. So as soon as I'm done with this show, I am going back into the studio to record. Well, first I'm going to go on vacation for a week. Yeah, and after I come back from vacation, I'm going to be back in the studio writing and recording for my album. So.
Well, well-deserved vacation, I'm sure. Okay, any words of advice for people, for hopefuls out there, even either for American Idol or just, you know, people who want to sing? What kind of advice would you give them?
Well, if you want to do musical theater, if you're so fortunate to be in a town like Oklahoma City and have lyric theater, which a lot of cities don't have. They don't have a lot of homegrown musical theater companies, and they're a great group to get a part of, and they help you. They definitely keep up with kids from the beginning and help you grow. And so many from our cast have been like, oh, I've been with Lyric forever, and they're moving to New York next year. But even if you just want to be a singer, period, just go out and do everything, because you never know when you're going to get seen. Audition, just learn how to try and do as much as you can and soak up as much information.
Be that triple threat.
Yeah, if you can, even better.
I would definitely say work hard, you know, and don't try to do something that you're not capable of doing. Like try to understand what makes you best as soon as possible and stick to that and develop it. You know, because the sooner you like if you're a country singer, you're going to sing country. If you're a rock singer, you're going to sing rock. Just understand what your voice is and just work really hard to develop it and try to develop a work ethic. So hard work pays off.
There you go. Great words of advice from you. Obviously, you both know this business. You're getting to know this business. So wonderful advice. Thank you so much. Now you can still catch performances of Joseph starring these two talented people. Just go to lyrictheaterokc.com for more info. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.